Alright, so in this video, I will teach you on how to find the factors of sum and difference of two cubes. Let's start with the sum of two cubes. So according to the formula that you see on top, every time you have an expression that can be expressed as a raised to 3 plus b raised to 3, the factors are just this. So it's very important to, again, express the expression as a raised to 3 plus b raised to 3. Let's, for example, number 1. So the first term, which is x raised to 3, that's obvious. We can express that as a raised to 3. So just enclose that x into a parenthesis, and there you go. That's your a raised to 3. So the idea is actually every time you have an exponent that is divisible by 3, then we can express that as a raised to 3 or b raised to 3, okay? Such as 6, 9, 12, etc., etc. Alright, for the number 8, what is that? Integer raised to 3 equals 8. Alright, so there's actually a way to help you think about that. You just need to find the cube root of 8, and that's going to tell you the integer, and that's number 2, right? 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. So that means our a is x, our b is 2. And then the next step is simply substitute x and 2 to the formula, and we will have this. So that's our a plus b, a square minus ab plus b square. You see that? So the next step is simplify that second factor. So x plus 2, that will just be x plus 2. X squared, remove the parenthesis, x times 2 is 2x. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. Alright, let's have another example. X raised to 3 plus 125. Again, for the x raised to 3, that's just x. Enclose that into parenthesis. That's going to give you x raised to 3 for the 125. Like what I mentioned earlier, if you're having difficulty thinking about that integer, it's going to help you if you have a calculator. And then just try to find the cube root of 125. And that will be 5. That is correct. So we can express 125 as 5 raised to 3. That's 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So now that we have our a and b, next step is substitute those 2 to our formula. And this is what will be the image of that. Okay, so I have the a plus b, x plus 5, a square, x square, minus ab, x times 5, and then b square, which is 5 square. Just like what we did in number 1, all we need to do is to simplify this part of the factor. So x square, just get rid of the parenthesis. X times 5 is 5x. 5 square is 5 times 5, which is equal to 25. Alright, so let's now go to the next one, which is the difference of two cubes. Just like the sum of two cubes, it's very important that we can express the expression as a raised to 3 minus b raised to 3. So for example, in number 1, we have an 8x raised to 3 minus 125, and I think this is familiar to you. 8x, so the numerical coefficient 8, we can express that as 2 raised to 3, and of course that x is just raised to 3. 125, that is right, it's 5 raised to 3. So we have this. So our a is that entire 2x, our b is that 5. Substitute those two to the formula. That's our a, there's our b, a square. Again, it's very important to enclose that 2x into a parenthesis, because if you don't do that, you might be thinking that it will just be a 2x squared. So that's very important, the parenthesis. Plus 2x times 5 plus 5 squared. So without the parenthesis, your answer here will just be 2x squared. Okay, so that's not right. It should be 4x squared. And then, of course, this one is 10x, and 5 squared is 25. And that will be our answer. Alright, for number 2 and the last one, 64. That's a new number. What do you think is the that number that integer raised to 3? What do you think about that number? Okay, that is right. It's number 4. So 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64. Of course, the x raised to 3, and then this is easy, y raised to 3. So our a is that entire 4x, our b is y. Next step, substitute those two to our formula. These are A, these are B, A, A, B, and then B. And again, I want to emphasize this. It's very important to enclose that A 4x into a parenthesis. So 4x squared, it means 4x times 4x, which is 16. 4x times y is equal to 4xy. And then, of course, y squared is just y squared. So the final answer is 4x minus y times that one. 16x squared plus 4xy plus y squared.